because the very next day I got a call from an old college buddy completely out of the blue. He said that he had a plane ticket to India for that week but couldn't make the trip, and since he couldn't get a refund on his ticket, he figured he'd see if I could go. The timing of it just seemed a little too crazy to pass up, so I took it as a sign from the universe that I should go find myself and reset. I was always fascinated by the stories of the Beatles and the Beach Boys going to India anyway. Besides, I had nothing going for me at home. The last thing I wanted to do is sit in my cold house all by myself surrounded by photos of the family I'd lost. So the next thing I knew, I was landing in India. When I first arrived, I was struck by the vibrant colors, the bustling streets, and the exotic smells of the new, invigorating land. I spent my first couple days wandering around, soaking up the culture and trying to find my bearings, until one day I was brave enough to venture a bit outside of the crowded city. And I'll never forget when I stumbled across this old, unassuming temple down a random side street. The crazy part is how the universe led me there. The only reason I wandered down that narrow alleyway was because I saw a beautiful and unique-looking butterfly. It appeared to have eyes on its wings, and so I followed it down the alleyway trying to get a better look. And that butterfly led me straight to the temple. There, an older man with a shaved head greeted me and said his name was Rohit. He seemed to be happy to see me, and said that he rarely saw Westerners venture to the far-flung temple. We chatted a bit, and then Rohit looked me firmly in the eye and asked why I'd come to India. It felt like he could read my soul and knew something was wrong, so I just spilled my guts to him right then and there. I told him everything about how I'd been struggling for years, and how it all came to a boiling point when our furnace died and my wife took the kids and left. I told him just how ashamed I felt about not being able to provide for my family the way a real man is supposed to. When I finished telling Rohit everything, he smiled at me warmly. He said he could see the stress and agony on my face. Then he said something that completely caught me off guard. "I've been waiting for you," he whispered softly, and that as soon as he saw me, he knew I was the one the universe sent for him to help. I just stared at him, wide-eyed, not really knowing what to think. Being from Philly, I'm usually a pretty skeptical dude and generally trust no one. But there was just something about this guy. Then he said he had a secret to share with me. But first he needed to explain a couple things. And that's when he told me the wildest, most unlikely story I'd ever heard. You see, Rohit was part of India's own ancient Illuminati. In fact, it's the oldest secret society on Earth, called the 9 Unknown Men. This powerful secret society has actually been around since 273 BC and was founded by King Ashoka, the greatest of all emperors. And the 9 men in this secret society were the brightest, most brilliant minds in all of India. These were the men assigned to study science, technology, and spirituality, and to create theories based on their work. Each man had his own area of expertise that he was responsible for, and get this. One of their palm leaf manuscripts from thousands of years ago contains information about the planets, the different kinds of light, heat, color, and electromagnetic fields. In a minute, I'll tell you why that last one is so important. Thing is, all their discoveries and advanced knowledge were all kept secret, as the emperor was afraid that if the public got hold of this powerful information, that they would use it for selfish or evil purposes. So to preserve and record all this knowledge, the emperor had each of the 9 unknown men write a secret book outlining all their supreme knowledge. But it didn't end with the original 9. This tradition has been going on for centuries now. When one of the 9 unknown men becomes ill or passes away, another man is chosen to take his place, kind of like how the Templar Knights and other secret societies operate. But the rule is there is never more than 9 at any given time. So here's the thing. India is the birthplace of meditation. But have you ever stopped to think about why? If so, I can guarantee you your answer is wrong, because the truth actually stems from a secret the 9 unknown men discovered and then hid away for centuries. The crazy thing is, these days meditation isn't even used for the same purpose or same reasons it was originally designed for. Remember that palm leaf manuscript I was telling you about that talked about electromagnetic fields? Well, that one original member of the 9 was responsible for researching and developing a method to manifest abundance. And the crazy part is, he actually did find a way to do exactly that. What's even crazier is that modern science is now confirming what the 9 unknown men knew thousands of years ago, that it is possible to manifest abundance into your life on autopilot. and that your brain comes pre-wired with the ability to manifest abundance. Now pay attention because I'm going to briefly explain how this works.